area for our next discussion as well. Now, in other developments from the Middle East, Houthis continue to target Israeli cities. Israeli Defense Forces have said that they neutralized fourth Houthi drone over the southernmost city of Eilat within an hour. The IDF has stated that the drones were intercepted outside the country's border, and as per the protocol, no sirens were activated. There have been strikes and counterstrikes between the Houthis and the Israeli military since the beginning of the Gaza war. The Houthis have previously targeted Eilat as well, and in response, Israel has hit Houthi facilities in Sana'a. Now we go back to our guest discussion with Adrian Calamel. He's a terrorism scholar, joins us live from New York. Thank you, Adrian, for staying with us. Now, given the Houthis' involvement in the conflict, how should the U.S. approach its policy towards this group, especially considering potential for further destabilization?
Well, this is an interesting case because what the Trump administration did was they put in place some type of agreement with the Houthis that said as long as you're not attacking, vessels and merchants on the Red Sea, then we're not going to take any action. And that was after Operation Rough Rider, that bombing campaign that I would say had relatively limited success. Now, since then, you have seen the Israelis take out several strikes, hitting key targets, individuals, high-value targets, and also, Port of Hodeidah, some of the places where they launch these attacks from or use for their war machine. So as this war continues, as the Houthis have been doing for over 2 years now, firing projectiles at Israel, the intelligence gets better. The intelligence about where the launching sites are, the intelligence about where the manufacturing sites are. They're not just being shipped in, they're being manufactured in Yemen now. So the intelligence gets better on these, and then Israel, we have to look at the proximity of Yemen and the proximity of the threat. Compared to the Islamic Republic, what's coming out of Lebanon, what's coming out of Gaza, the Houthi threat runs farther down the threat ladder, so to speak. But they're still a threat. So I would guess that the Israelis are continuing to gather intelligence and will carry out another operation and continue to try and degrade the Houthis' capabilities. There's a lot of factors that go into it. It also has to do with interdiction of weapon shipments. Personally, I think the U.S. should be more involved in this. We do have and have been involved in Yemen for quite some time with targeting AQAP or Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. And I think if we, along with our regional partners on the ground, such as the Southern Transitional Council, start to work together, we can come up with a more effective strategy against the Houthis. But the Trump administration needs to revisit that whole policy about just freedom of navigation. Because what they're doing is they're committing terrorist attacks on a daily basis, not to mention the terrorism that they unleashed on the Yemeni population inside the country.
With that, I would like to thank Adrian Calamel for joining us and sharing that insight as a terrorism scholar from New York. Thank you very much. Now we move on. Ukraine plans to increase its natural gas imports by